Are we live? Oh, the broadcast
We
is
are
live.
live.
Nunca es suficiente para mí. Bum,
Bum,
bum.
bum,
I love that song, dude.
oh
Love that song.
man, that's great.
Dude, I've been getting into a lot of like cumbias lately and stuff, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been going down the rabbit hole of like Russian underground hip hop, bro, and there's actually some bangers.
Bro, I've been there's this band that my buddy Nick posts that I actually like a lot. They're like a Russian post-punk band. So it sounds like it's straight out of the 80s, but it just
That's
sounds
awesome.
dope as shit.
There's one dude I can show you later. He's like English, like British English, but he's
Yeah.
also Russian, and he does both languages on his tracks.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, it's really, really good. Actually, before we start recording, I'm just gonna send you a little.
We already
sample.
are recording.
Well, no, we're just live. He meant before we actually start.
Yeah, exactly. I just
I
wanna
knew
show
what you
how hard
meant.
this goes. Thanks, man. I wish Spotify still let me share music the normal way.
Nunca suficiente para mí.
Para me.
That song is stuck in my head.
Bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
Did you guys watch Avatar: Last Airbender?
No.
The cartoon or the
Yeah.
Oh, I
That
saw the
cartoon.
cartoon. Yeah.
Oh, the cartoon. Yeah, every episode.
Oh, bro, that's such a good show. Dude, Legend of Korra was so good too.
It was really good. Yeah.
Sent. Yeah.
Hey, how'd you guys do with Office 365 being down yesterday?
Is that what
it
it was? I had
wasn't-
so many issues with Outlook, bro. I couldn't figure
Yeah.
out what was going on.
It was really weird. It was intermittent. It was fine, but so for like us, it only affected like me. It was only on my phone.
Mm.
It was weird because it was an AT&T it was an AT&T issue, but Microsoft's backbone is on AT&T, so that's what happened.
That
So it
makes
was
sense.
very intermittent. So I guess if you weren't heavily relied on AT&T, so if you have both, you were pretty much fucked. I think one of our clients was completely down for like an hour or something.
Zach,
That was
I
sent
just
it to me.
I sent you a link. This dude is like the number one like artist in Russia, even though he's not in Russia because it's illegal to produce hip hop music in Russia. So, but he produces all his own beats and writes all his own lyrics.
Oxymiron.
You can't understand the lyrics because you don't speak Russian, but like listen to his flow, bro. It goes super hard.
Super hard.
Super hard in the paint.
Yeah,
Hard
listen-
in the
listen to
motherfucking
his
paint. Go hard in the
Working on my motherfucking
paint.
scholarship.
Ew.
Yeah, listen to it before we record. The instrumentals. I think you'll
Oh.
vibe on the instrumental super hard. The instrumental is like very like old school West Coast rap.
Bro, this is whack as fuck, dog. I can already
First bar.
I can't. I can't. I'm sorry.
Already-
I'm sorry. I can't.
Already
I
burnt.
can't.
Already
I
burnt.
can't. Yeah, just can't, dude. With the language.
There was one more
I
artist I really
swear, I'm gonna be like such a dick right now, dude. But I think that German and Russian is the ugliest language in the world.
they really I
Ba-boom.
The
agree
juice is triple. All right, triple IPA. Goddamn, dude. Daniel's trying to get frisky tonight.
I know, right?
The Juice is Real is the original one. It's
There's-
OJ.
There's one more Zach that I've been trying to turn everybody on to this guy. He's
OJ and his white Bronco.
he's an astrophysicist that works for JPL and he lives in Compton.
Oh, you showed it to me already.
But you didn't listen to it, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Tell Scott that he's not allowed to tell me to sit up like an adult if he can't even make it on the show.
Ooh. Actually, he can hear you. We're live, motherfucker.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
Hi,
Well, I mean, we're on video, but we're not. We didn't start the intro yet.
Scott,
and shit.
go to Dave Chappelle's
Ooh.
house and tap into his Wi-Fi. I'm sure he won't mind.
For the 18th time. The issue is his computer doesn't have a wireless adapter, bro.
Jesus, just fucking listen.
Fucking Alex is letting the liquor do the talking, Ran.
I'm on the air, Ran.
I'm over there, Ren. I'm over there.
Dude, we're
We're finally making a bunch of progress on that show.
me and Sam were
I
weighing in
can't
bed.
watch anymore.
Me and Sam were weighing in bed
I've never
last
watched
night.
it, so
Like
Yeah.
half an hour after we go to sleep, all the lights are off, dead silence. She just goes, "I'm mowing the air, Rand." I was like, "Bro, what the fuck?"
now that's funny.
Daniel, everything after season 7 is pretty much dog shit.
Well, I have never watched it, so I'm on season 2.
Okay, yeah, everything after season 7. As soon as they go to like 4K, as soon as it becomes a Netflix show, it's just like, it's not
Amelia
bad.
wants
it's
me
just
to
not
say
good.
hi to everybody.
Hello,
I'm technically, yeah, there you go.
Hello.
hello.
Here you
She
go.
goes,
I'm technically on the show, just a wall of text. There you
She
go.
goes, Daddy, can you say hi for me?
Scott,
Hello.
Scott goes, I'm also liquored up. This would have been a good fucking show.
Jesus. Goes out to Ohio and it's all bets off, dude.
All bets off.
Scott's an alcoholic.
Oh, God.
You set him up around potatoes and white people, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'm going in."
Go it in. Greatest text message thing ever. Here, I'll show you. Who's it for again?
People are trickling in.
I'm gonna
Everybody's on YouTube.
trickle these nuts.
That's cool. I just noticed that if you hover over the viewers, it tells you where they're actually viewing from. I didn't even notice that.
Here you go. That's my text tone for when Dave
I was
texts
gonna
me.
say Zach's new text tone.
All right, here you go. What? Here's another one. It's from JoJo's grandpa's are.
Good. All right, you ready for the intro?
All right, here we go. One more.
One more. All right.
Oh, great Odin's raven.
Scott, you weren't the only one.
Scott, I watched it and I was not pounding whiskey, mostly because I didn't want to catch a DUI. But
Yeah, did you see the drinking
Jesus.
shows they were doing?
although Camilla Harris
Or-
would have got me out free and clear, so it's all good.
Here we go.
There we go.
Here we go.
I'm not doing it while we're recording the actual show, so it's okay.
All right. You guys ready then?
Yeah.
Maybe? All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Got it on back to the point, and another shot is blocked back down. They hustle back for it, and trying to get there, and get a trigger pull of a shot that went wide that time was Goodrow. And the Tampa Bay Lightning have won the Stanley Cup.
Welcome back, Plugs and Thugs, episode 73. We actually have 3 of us here today, not just 2. Welcome back, Alex.
Hello.
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 But you got Daniel.
Oh, this be Zachary.
Hello.
That's
Hello.
Alex. He said hello.
But
Yeah, before we get started, of course, social medias, all of them. Scott's
Alex.
not here.
Scott
Sorry,
is not,
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Too quiet. Okay.
Yeah, you're
Scott
too
is
quiet.
not here. He is chiming in though from our Ohio affiliate station via YouTube chat.
I like that. That's professional. Yeah, Scott is here, just not via microphone
Or camera.
or camera or anything where we can even
Or
pin
any other modern
guilt on him.
technological mean.
Just comments. He's here.
They don't have shit in Ohio, bro.
Somebody's uploading that already.
If you didn't have fun watching that, you don't have a soul.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
couldn't watch that shit, dude.
Oh, man. I mean, it was, I guess, fun.
It was
Interesting.
entertaining.
It was like
That-
watching, yeah. Sorry.
That is not the point.
No, it
God.
is not. It's a problem.
Oh.
Not a political show. Anyways.
Yeah, no, we're not.
But yeah, so follow us on the social media, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all the good stuff. We did get a decent amount of questions and topics that we want to discuss. Oh, what are you laughing at? You got something to say, Alex?
Oh yeah.
Just want to make sure.
Scott chiming in the comment box. Update from the Ohio affiliate station. It's cold as fuck and the internet sucks ass.
The internet's so ass it's posting his comments twice.
Back to you and HQ, right?
Ohio is so
To you
garbage.
in HQ. We're gonna,
Ohio is so garbage. Or Tommy Panarin wouldn't even stay for a lifetime supply of free vodka.
This is true.
Jesus.
Yeah.
When does Alex not have something to say? Who is this?
No idea. It says Facebook
You.
user.
Reveal yourself.
It's
But
my dad.
one of our dads probably.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
But I'm right here.
You're sick. But do we want to jump right into it? Do you guys have anything to say before we start? Actually going on topics and discussions, because we do have a decent amount of good shit to talk about. Oh, it's Tanner. Okay.
Oh, it's Tanner. Hi, Tanner.
Makes sense.
If you enjoy listening to me speak, the third episode of Zach and Dave makes a podcast goes live tomorrow about 7:30. We're gonna have a special guest named Bello. He was actually commenting on our video last week, dude. I just didn't know his Can't Kill Bellows, where you can follow him at Twitch. But yeah, we're gonna be going live tomorrow, 7:30, talking about video games and all that good shit.
I'll be watching it. And that was really fun. I will say I think I listened to the last one, but I didn't participate on it live, and that was actually a really fun time.
I didn't know that you guys started doing it again. I'm really stoked for you guys. Yeah, congrats. I can't wait to listen. Scott would also like to submit a question before we get going.
Yes, you can. You post it on the side. We have plenty of shit to address, Scott. You were tagged on the notes, so
post it right.
Something.
Post it
right here.
On the screen.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Speaking of that, I'll make sure I do this. First one here. You guys are ready, right? You didn't have anything else.
No.
Make sure you do tune into Zach and Dave Make a Podcast. We'll share it. But let's see. I'll post this here because I forgot to do it last week. Mm-hmm. All right. So the first one, Patrick Laine. We got another Winnipeg Jets related question from Nikki Patz. Now that Laine has kind of been floated around officially as a trade bait, what would an offer for him look like for the Jets to actually move him?
I think you're probably looking at least 2 firsts, A-level prospect, and maybe a roster player. And I'm not talking like top line, second line roster player. You could probably go depth and it'll get the job done.
I would say so. I'm gonna piggyback. I don't know if Daniel has. I actually haven't even looked at the notes yet, but okay. I know there's also been rumors flying around about specifically the New York Rangers inquiring on the price for Jack Eichel from Buffalo.
Oof.
And the estimated asking price, if Jack Eichel was on the market, was 2 first-round picks, a blue chip prospect, and a roster player. So honestly, I'm gonna go with Zach. I think that's a spot-on assumption. If that's what the price is going to be for a franchise player like Jack Eichel, a potential franchise player that's kind of been ridiculously consistent.
Yeah.
I would even say you can mix it up and do either 2 blue chip prospects or 2 first-round picks and just kind of play around from there.
Yeah,
like
I don't think
or blue chips.
I don't think Laine is worth the same as Eichel.
No, I was going to say the same.
Yeah, just because of how wishy-washy he is. But
I even think that a big portion of that price will be for what Laine could potentially pan out into, and not the player that you get at the gate.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like that makes sense, but where the Jets are currently, I almost want to, and what they need really, they need a defenseman. So I mean, I can see them moving him for a top 4 defenseman.
Why do that? Why do that when you can move him and then have the cap space to sign a Pietrangelo?
Yeah, that is true. That's the
want to sign in Winnipeg.
That's what I'm saying. Is it comes. It's one or the other. You have to weigh your options. You're either going to do that. That makes sense. What you guys talked about, if you're just looking to clear the cap, get some good prospects and picks, make the cap go after Pietrangelo, makes 100% sense. If Pietrangelo doesn't want to sign there, or they don't want to go, big bucks there, you can go after, you can try to trade and swap that for a top 4 defenseman, and of course maybe a mid-level, bottom 6 forward with a top 4 defenseman and maybe a pick.
I'll give you guys an offer, and you tell me if you think this is fair. Carolina ships Hayden Fleury and Brett Pesce along with a second-round pick for Patrick Laine.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. And
that is a fair trade.
That is both 2 roster defensemen and also 2 blue-chip caliber prospects wrapped into one trade. One that already has a 5. I think what does he have? A 5x5 in Brett Pesce. And then Hayden Fleury has 1 year left at 9.25 before he's an RFA.
Yeah, I know Fleury. Yeah, Fleury's got to be on the. Yeah.
I would even
Patterson
say
brings up a good point there. He goes, if you're going to trade a 22-year-old sniper, why would you get picks back?
He's
you need
too
to
young to
get,
go for picks. Yeah.
No, but hold on. Hold on.
Go ahead.
With that roster, even with Line, are they contenders? Because I really don't think that they are. They don't have Winnipeg.
Oh,
Winnipeg,
they don't have the defensive core. So I mean,
I agree. They are. We talked about this multiple times.
I don't think they have
aside from 2 years ago, they weren't really a threat to be Stanley Cup contenders. They get into the playoffs. They're fine there. But it's going to take the next step, and I agree with Zach. I don't think that you can call them Stanley Cup contenders versus just they're playoff contenders year over year right now. They have a lot of talent. They can get to the playoffs. They need exactly.
So then why not get a first-round pick this year and a first-round pick next year? This year it's loaded with forwards. Next year is loaded with defensemen. And you have Scheifele forever. You have.
I disagree that they need depth at C. I think they have enough center depth because Kopp looks good. I mean, Brian Whittle has been a consistent 2C, maybe not a cup contending 2C, but a solid 2C. Mark Scheifele is one of the best centers in the league. I think what they're really lacking, which they arguably give up Line, is defense obviously, but also wing depth. Because outside of Line, Ehlers, and
Connor,
Connor's also, I would even say they should move Kyle Connor before they move.
We talked about
goals?
this.
Over 30 goals last season?
Zach and I think talked about this on one of the podcasts you were off, and Scott may have as well, about Kyle Connor was the original one that came up, and I don't think moving Connor is. He's been so much more consistent. You can't move that for potential at this point. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you want best return, you could probably move. Well, I don't even know.
No, we talked about this, Zach. You're saying Line is he's going to get you the best return because of name and potential of that.
Yeah,
scoring goals. That's what everybody look for on the market.
Everybody wants a potential Ovechkin on the roster, except LA because they have Alex Kaliev.
We don't need it. We don't need it.
Exactly. I agree with Scott. Connor's part of that core franchise now. He's just so consistent. He can play up and down the line.
I would legitimately, if I was Winnipeg, take the futures for Patrick Laine, man, because you aren't developing anybody in your system to come in and play defense. You aren't developing anybody in your system to come in and be that 2C. I mean, you're really not competing for at least 3 years.
I'll argue this point with you on that. You look at Buffalo's history. Buffalo's at least semi-recent trade history. Buffalo has it's been a disaster. It'll be a disaster again if it happens with Eichel. With trading away budding top-tier talent for picks that don't pan out. I.e., look what they did with Ryan O'Reilly.
Yeah, they're idiots.
Yeah.
Tage Thompson.
Tage Thompson.
He turned out to be an elite stud.
I'm surprised they didn't I'm surprised they didn't hand Sam Reinhart away for a 3rd-round pick.
I mean, but that's the thing is I don't know. I'm on the fence. I feel like Winnipeg has the talent. We talked about it before. I think Winnipeg has a talent. They're missing a hole at D, and that's their biggest hole. Yeah, that's their biggest hole. And but they need I mean, they had obviously they had Bufflin, and they got rid of.
Now you're down Tyler Myers. You're down Jacob Trouba.
They traded.
That's your whole right side starters, dude.
It's gone. Yeah. You need defense. So that's true.
Why would you trade Trouba for Pionk though, dude? that's just a.
I was gonna say.
I don't know. I think Pionk is
turning out
still can be a good player, but I think he still has a chance to grow too.
Your franchise's top 2 demon right now are Josh Morrissey and Neil Pionk.
That's what I'm saying, but they need to get a top 4 defenseman and a solid name that people. I mean, I think it makes sense if you make the trade for the picks and go after Pietrangelo. Okay, that makes sense. But like you said, does Pietrangelo just want to sign there? If he doesn't, you're gonna have to make a trade for a top 4 D-man because that's their biggest lack of depth. I don't know. That one's a tough one. Nicky Patch just said Pionk's better than Trouba, better underlying numbers. I feel like that trade wasn't bad because I think we saw Pionk before they made that trade.
Yeah.
In New York, he was an absolute stud and he was budding out. I mean, he went to Winnipeg and he has no other defensive help, really.
Yeah, no, he's not bad.
He's not bad. If they get somebody else with him, that's what I'm saying. I
remember
they have some room to grow there.
I remember me and Robert Genta both added him on Twitter trying to get him to sign in LA.
Pionk?
Did you guys actually?
Yeah,
That's
fuck
funny.
yeah.
That's funny.
Found him on Twitter, hit him up. Like, hey,
Josh Morrissey, yeah. I mean, but still, Josh Morrissey and Neil Pionk are not defensemen that are going to put you over the top. Yeah, exactly. You need somebody else.
Zach, I mean, a lot of our listeners don't live in Los Angeles. They probably haven't seen this, but I'm sure you guys have seen the billboards. There's that attorney that when LeBron James was shopping for a new team, he rented out all those billboards with his own money to recruit LeBron to LA.
Jacob Emrani.
Yeah.
Accident or injury, call Jacob
Emrani.
Yeah.
Call
Jacob. Hey, Jacob Emrani, we're going to need at least $5,000 for getting your name out there. Thanks.
Yeah, for that shout out. Mm-hmm.
You obviously have the money.
Shitty billboards.
But no, that was a great question. I know I'm expecting more Winnipeg questions as we go throughout because Nikki Pats has been very active in submitting those. So we'll see them as the
thanks
off-season.
for the question, man. And thanks for joining us on YouTube.
Thanks for discussing it with us.
Yeah, appreciate it. Before we jump into the next real question, Scott did have one. He said, when does the city of Dallas schedule a day to have Jamie Benn drawn and quartered?
It's not Jamie Benn's fault, dude. Where was Tyler Seguin?
Yes.
Where was the third and fourth line? Did they even have a fourth line?
No, it was all second line scoring.
Bro,
yeah.
I told you
it's
guys,
not Ben's fault either.
I said it in our chat,
agree.
dude. Said it in our chat.
Yeah.
And I said this going into the Dallas Stars whole playoff run, dude. Do they have the depth to continue or to win the cup? And I said, no, they don't. And exactly what I said is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
They don't have the fucking depth.
Yeah, I still think they could have won, just like you said. You brought it up. I still think they could have won without the 1 through 4 line depth if Tyler Seguin did anything. I mean, I don't think he ended up scoring since we talked last week, saying he only had 2 goals in 20 games.
Yeah, he didn't have any goals.
He had 0.
He had that one game with 3 assists.
3 assists, no goals. He had 2 goals in the whole playoffs.
100. He had the same amount of goals in 120 minutes of ice time in the finals as Steven Stamkos had in 2 minutes and 38 seconds in the finals.
Jesus Christ. Bro, how do you win a championship I mean, Dallas fans are saying he's injured, and I would say that's probably accurate.
There's been a report that he has a fucked up, I think it's in his arm, is what I heard.
There's a torn frenulum?
No. What is a frenulum?
Oh, bro, look it up. That's a shout out to my coworker who has a torn frenulum.
Okay. I don't know what it is, but I'll look it up later.
I'm about to show you.
He did.
We can't show this on
this on YouTube. Get fucking shut down.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Send it to me on Facebook.
I will say though, shout out to Steven Stamkos for being the first captain in NHL playoff history to captain a team to a Stanley Cup with 2 minutes of ice time and averaging a goal per game in the entire playoffs.
Greatest meme ever is a picture of him hoisting the cup, and it's like when your whole group does the assignment and you didn't do nothing and you still get an A. It's so true.
I don't know if you guys talked about this last week because I wasn't here, but it was really dope to see Alex.
He doesn't listen or support his own podcast.
Listen. I had no power last week. Okay,
this is true.
Yeah. Okay. So it was really cool to see.
Are you in the burn zones?
Yes.
All of California.
Yeah.
You fucking dick.
It was really cool to see Killorn and Hedman and everyone else bring him out for the Prince of Wales trophy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Solidarity.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Awesome.
Wait a minute.
What?
Have the past Cup winners all touched the conference conference championships?
There's been people that have won. Didn't somebody win 2 years ago or 3 years ago?
Washington?
That stigma is only associated with the Clarence Campbell Championship. It is not the Prince of Wales.
Okay.
Got it.
Because do you guys know the history of how that started?
No.
I remember hearing the story, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
The last team to touch it was Gretzky and the Kings in 1993. I don't need to remind you guys what happened that year.
Didn't a Western Conference team touch it and win recently?
Vegas. No, Vegas.
Yeah,
touched it.
no. Vegas touched it and were
Eric England touched it.
St.
They
Louis
were the
touched it
recent
last
one to
year, though.
touch it. Yeah.
Did they?
Let me see. I'm looking it up.
That's what I thought. That's what I was saying. I'm pretty sure one of the recent Western Conference teams that won the Stanley Cup did touch it. I think St. Louis might have. We'll have to figure that out.
They
Oh,
didn't touch. They
Okay.
didn't touch it.
All right, we'll have to look that up because that is interesting. I do remember somebody touching it, and I thought they won.
Yeah,
But maybe I was thinking, the same thing. I think that we weren't thinking the Campbell. I think it was the Eastern.
That stigma or that superstition is only associated with the Clarence Campbell Bowl, not with the Prince of Wales Trophy.
Got it. Okay.
Because in 1993, Montreal didn't clinch a 2-goal lead in the Stanley Cup final and lose because one guy's stick was 6 inches too long and his brain was 3 sizes too small.
He's the Grinch of hockey players. Bro, I just want the Prince Albert Trophy, dude.
I thought you already had that.
Shh, don't tell nobody. Don't tell Alex I sent you those pictures, bro. I don't want him to get jealous.
All right. I'm sorry. So Alex, I know you haven't opened the notes just yet.
I have them.
So I don't. Oh, you do now? Okay. So the next topic we wanted to get into here was a report that came out last week. I know Zach and I were talking about it when he was helping me calibrate my snowball before.
Jesus, bud, take a fucking drink. You thirsty? God damn.
Yeah, well, it's nice to see that. Usually he nurses it.
Is it Russian tea?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. I thought it was beer. I was going to get really excited for a second.
No, it's
So I don't know if you saw the report that came out last week, and I think there was a 30-minute special that was aired on ESPN about the widespread painkiller abuse in the NHL. I know there was a large portion of it discussing with Ryan Kessler and some of the issues that came about over his career and the after effects that he's saying a lot of NHL players aren't aware of, and nobody really talks about it throughout the league, and they just kind of feed painkillers to players. So they go in, they play their games. There was a quote from his article that basically said he knows most players that pop painkillers. Specifically, there's a one, I'll have to look up the name of it. I have the article open, but I just wanted to get through mentioning it first. They were saying that they were popping them before and after each NHL game throughout a season, which just sounds bad regardless.
Well, the pill in question is
it starts with a T.
Toradol or something like that, and you're only supposed to take it for up to 5 days.
Is it not? It's not
5 days.
Toradol, yeah, you can only take it for up to 5 days, and these guys are going a full season.
Tramadol.
Oh
no, not
dude,
Tramadol.
Dude, I got prescribed Tramadol for my back when my back was like super bad. That shit is lovely, bro.
Oh, bro.
All right, but here's the thing.
Toradol.
Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Here's the thing. Okay, do these guys live under a fucking rock? Do they not read anything like at all? Everybody knows that prolonged usage of medicine like that is gonna fuck your insides up. Are these guys just idiots?
No. Welcome to professional sports. Every professional sport, where we dope up our athletes and make, because we care about what's going on with their lives until they turn 40 and retire, and after that, who cares if your brain's
Who gives a shit? Yeah.
But they don't have free will. They can't say no. I don't need that.
No, they can, but you got to imagine that a lot of these guys start at 18, 19 years old. It's an impressionable age for a lot of athletes. We've talked about it on the show multiple times. A lot of these guys don't have the support system that a lot of the modern younger NHL players do when these guys were coming into the league.
True. The league is a lot different now than it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, look at when we were kids growing up, the whole thing was just suck it up and deal with it. Here's a pill that makes you suck it up and deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, Zach, because, I mean, at some point you got to be like, okay, yeah, I'm not an idiot. I know prescription drugs will fuck you up, but at the same
literature
time,
is out there, dude.
but you have to think about this too. This is a very simplistic way to say this, but you just have to think about a lot of, like, you're talking about a previous generation of athletes here, and some of these guys and some of these people, not just in the modern NHL or in any professional sport, people see prescription drugs as okay, but other means of healing and things like that are not socially acceptable. So it's fine. I'll just take the pill. It's prescribed by a doctor. It's okay. It's fine. And if you have a team doctor and a team that's paying you millions of dollars saying, here, take this pill so you can go out and, earn your money. Are you really going to say, yeah, you can fuck off?
True.
I know this does. I mean, yes, nowadays it might be more acceptable to say that because you have multiple outlets to go to and say, hey, they're trying to force me to do this. But before, you don't have those. You don't have these different ways to go about handling it. Saying, hey, my team's trying to make me take this drug that I know is going to fuck me up after I'm out as an athlete.
Here's the thing about addiction that a lot of people forget too. And Daniel, this is like a very sensitive topic for me.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with addiction is that a lot of people who do have a legitimate addiction don't believe they have an addiction. And it doesn't matter how many people tell them otherwise, until they're willing to accept that that's the case, they don't have a problem. So a lot of these guys are popping these pills, not understanding that they've developed substance abuse issues. To them, it's just, it makes me feel better, so I take it. I'm not addicted.
It's the habitual aspect of it, bro. Like,
Exactly.
I have to take this before the game because I perform better when I take it.
Exactly.
You convince yourself that it's a part of your daily routine, not that it's usually when people stop taking them and realize, oh, fuck, my body is breaking down. And then it goes one of two ways. Either I need more of this, or unfortunately, the lesser road is, fuck, I feel worse from not taking this than I did for the reason I was originally taking this. I might have a problem.
Yeah.
The problem is the generation a lot of these players coming to the NHL in, which is, these guys are around our age now. The way we were growing up, it was a different environment than it is now. We didn't get the same education on shit like this. To us, it was like, well, like Daniel said, if a doctor prescribes it, it's okay. And if it's like medicinal marijuana, no, that's a class A drug. It's bad for you.
That's true.
It's a product of a different culture. I don't think it's going to be the same. I don't think we'll be hearing these same reports, same exact reports, at least 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It wouldn't, but the whole concept of it, right? Like the topic is, widespread painkiller abuse amongst the NHL. Does it surprise me? No, absolutely not.
Any professional athlete, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm sure there's also widespread cocaine abuse, bro. These guys are yacked the fuck out of their minds, man.
Oh, bro, that's been a thing forever. Everybody knows Drew Doubt is a big fan of nose candy.
Ah.
And this is why we will never be mainstream NHL media.
No,
never. Nope.
Because we call it like it is, bro.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah, but it was just kind of, not that it was really a secret and it's surprising to us, but I mean, it's just when you get a story front and center and you get and hear from athletes that have actually gone through it, it obviously brings it more top of mind, and you hear some of these stories that happen. Like, I was looking at the article that hold on, let me finish before you say it, because I was laughing at something too. Damn it, now I can't even fucking finish my thought. What happened?
Fucking thirsty are you, dude? You're not drinking anything all day, dude.
I'll the rest of those bottles right now.
You're gonna have fucking kidney stones like crazy, bro.
I've already had them. Joke's on you.
Oh, there you go.
God bless America, just over here chugging that fucking glass and tea.
I'm gonna tell a story that only Daniel knows. Let me tell you the story of how I found out I had my first kidney stone and not gonorrhea.
Okay. All right. I'm intrigued.
It was
the summer of 1965.
It was the 2017 Stanley Cup Finals. No, 17. When did Washington win? 2018 Stanley Cup Finals. Washington had just won the cup. I had been pissing razor blades for 3 weeks.
Oof.
Did not want to go to a doctor. I was like, there's no way I have the clap. I don't have it. Whatever. Get up. As soon as Ovechkin hoists the cup, go to the bathroom. Piston razor blades, hurts like a motherfucker. All of a sudden, my vision goes white, and it feels like everything's on fire.
Oh,
And then all of a sudden, instant relief.
Ding.
It was like I was pissing with my balls resting on the world's softest down pillow. And I look in the toilet.
And you were pissing onto that pillow?
And I look down, and there's just splotches of blood all over the toilet water. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And I see like this little tiny thing glistening in the toilet. So what do I do in my inebriated state? I reached down for that. I reached down and I pulled it out. And I texted a photo to my mom. My mom texted me back, whose fucking kidney stones did you pull out of the toilet? I'm like, is that what it is? She goes, that's 100% a kidney stone. I'm like, I just pissed this out. She's like, you're 25. How old was I? You're 26 years old. How do you have kidney stones? This episode has been brought to you by Gold Peak Sweet Tea.
He straight up pissed out.
We also want $5,000, Gold Peak.
What the hell did I walk into? Exactly, dude. Whoever this random Facebook user is, I don't know, bro. I really don't know.
We went from
Opioid
painkiller abuse to
Being drunk on her ass, pissing out
being
babies.
tea and then a kidney stone. I don't know. This is why we'll never be mainstream.
That's okay. Maybe this is what people want.
Listen, if Jared Stoll can spend 20 minutes of my time talking about how his vacation went, I can talk about kidney stones live on my podcast, okay?
I agree.
It's our podcast. We do what we want.
So my vacation with Aaron Andrews was just like so sick.
There was so much cocaine.
Daniel's uncle. Hey. What's up, Daniel's uncle?
What's up?
Mike? Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
What's up,
but anyways,
Dunkel?
painkillers are bad, and it's abused in the NHL.
With that being said, dude,
Oh my god.
painkillers are bad. Don't do them. You'll end up with colitis, okay?
Yes.
And Crohn's disease, okay? You'll have a very painful, fucking irritable bowel syndrome, okay? Nobody wants to shit razor blades all the time.
And that was brought to you by Ryan Kessler.
That was brought to you by, I don't know, something suppositories. Crohn's disease suppositories for instant relief.
Shit.
Shove these up your
great.
ass.
Oh, fuck. All right, next topic. You actually... this one actually goes back to Zach's comment earlier. So I moved it up here, Alex, while you were gone. So New York Rangers... now expected to buy out Henrik Lundqvist tomorrow when the buyout period opens. I want to let Zach take it away because he brought up an interesting topic. And
I didn't bring it up.
Okay.
Wally from the We're Los Angeles podcast, which you will find me on once Kings hockey starts to get going a little bit more. We'll be bringing that back. He brought up a very interesting take, right? So New York Rangers are expected to buy out Henrik Lundqvist. You can feel whatever way you want about that, but I mean, it's about goddamn time.
Mhm.
And he brought up a very interesting point here. I'm just trying to find it. I posted it in our chat. That's right.
Yeah.
Essentially what he said from like a Kings perspective, Jesus, 2 double-doubles? God damn. Hold on, I'm looking through your chat.
I need to fix that drink, sorry.
God damn, where is it?
It was earlier today, was it not? I'm sure you'll find it before me. Yeah, Alex did eat. Well, I don't know if he ate them, but we'll find out.
I wasn't even looking at my comments. What the fuck? Okay. This is per verbatim what Wally said.
Okay.
If I'm Ron Blake, I'd call up Jeff Gordon. I'd call Jeff Gordon up and try and strike a deal. We get the number 1 pick and take on Hague's contract and buy him out, which we can do because of all the cap space the Kings have, and give them the number 2 pick overall. We get Lafreniere, Rangers get their center of the future in Byfield. Bada bing, bada boom. If I'm Rob Blake, that has to be on my mind, dude.
100%.
Hey, you know what?
Because the Rangers are already in cap hell.
Yep. Hey, you know what? Jeff Gordon, you know what? I'm gonna do you a favor, bro. You send me Henrik Lundqvist's contract. You give me that first overall, and I'll give you the number 2 overall. Bada bing, bada boom, bro.
I would even
get the winger.
Bro, I'd even toss Jared Anderson Dolan or Nikhil Thomas into that deal just to sweeten it.
Fuck that.
For what? No. What do you? Why?
That.
You're bailing them out.
Favor. Yeah, we're doing
You know how much isn't there there's a big recapture on there, isn't there?
I think
yeah,
so.
there is.
It's huge. Yeah, because we talked about this. We were saying that we didn't think they were going to get a buyout. They were going to they kind of missed the boat on buying out Lundqvist. Yes, they did. Detroit relieved them of Mark Stahl, so they're not in complete cap hell. But still, the size of that contract for Lundqvist, and if they can get it off their books completely for just swapping 1 for 2, why not?
In this draft,
and they get something better than that. They get something they need more than Lafreniere. Like,
I'm trying to find the buyout calculator on Cap Friendly, and I can't find it.
I'll add this. I mean, if there was ever a time to make a trade like this happen, this draft would absolutely be the time.
Oh yeah, I mean
100%.
that swap right there. It's not like you're going from franchise player to potential franchise player.
Yeah.
With what a solid grouping we have, like even in the top 12. Not to say that I would take.
I'm not taking a 12. Yeah,
12 for a 1. But I'm saying if what solid talent, there's potentially franchise players in like the top 7 of this draft.
It's not a terrible idea. Is it likely to happen? Probably not. Is it sensible? Yeah, absolutely. Why would it not cross anybody's mind? I understand, Steven, that you're saying there's no way they do it. I think it's probably it's one of those deals that just sounds.
It sounds good on paper, but we doubt it'll happen.
Yeah.
Now
I don't know that. Go ahead. You go first, Alex.
If you're the general manager for the Rangers, because we talked about another potential trade being sent out to New York for the first overall pick.
Yeah.
Do you take the Kings buying out Lundqvist and the 2nd overall, or do you take Ottawa's 3rd and 5th? Or 3rd and 4th, rather, for the 1st overall?
Oh, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if this is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, hold on. No, I'm talking about like the buyout. I don't know if it's worth it for New York to do that, dude.
Really?
It's literally only going to be a 1.5 mil for the next 2 years for the buyout.
Really? I thought it was much higher than that.
The total buyout would cost. Wait, is this like a wrong contract or something?
Why? What's his contract showing?
8.5 mil. So he'd be 38 years old at the buyout. Give him a 67% buyout multiplier. So you take the remaining base salary, which is 4.5 mil, times it by 67%, and you get 3 mil. So then it's 3 mil over 2 years. So it'd be 1.5. That's not.
And
that's not that bad.
I think it sounded. Maybe what it was is it sounded worse when they didn't have Mark Stahl's contract off the books.
Probably. Yeah, his. Maybe I'm not. Oh, the cap hits 8.5. Yeah, I don't know if I'm reading this right.
Either way, I mean, I think it's not a how much actual salary is owed any signing bonus. That's what Steven said. If it shows.
Let me see.
Yeah, because I think it is based off actual salary, not just the cap hit for the buyout.
Total salary is 5.5.
Oh wow.
The cap hit's 8.5, but the actual dollars owed is 5.5.
Huh. Okay. I mean, either way, it's not. Signing bonus can't be bought out, so they have to do that. I don't know. I mean, like I said, is it likely to happen? No. Of course, it sounds better as a Kings fan, but at the same time, I don't think it sounds bad on paper. Like you said, we've said from the start, we've already kind of talked about when we got the results of who's picking where, and we've already kind of discussed. What the Rangers need really is the centerpiece, and Lafreniere is it's hard to pass him up at this point, but at the same time they probably need Byfield more. So if you're able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, get the cap hit out of there, and also still get Byfield instead of trading way down or when I say way down, somebody's going to take Byfield. Byfield and Lafreniere are gone 1-2. And,
And
3
it
and
fills
5.
the need for them, man. They need a franchise centerman, dude. They do.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not likely. So Wally has definitely a very bright mind, because that is a very smart and cool idea to discuss. I don't think it's bad for either team.
No.
So it's it's something sensible to at least discuss. Is it likely to happen? No, probably not.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, he said Byfield's a year out, Lafreniere ready now. Yeah, okay, sure, but I don't know when that factors.
I don't know that Byfield is a year out. I don't know.
We'll see what he does in training camp, dude. We'll see what he does.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, I think
boy.
that's not.
Yeah.
Either way, though, I don't think it's a big deal if he's a year out. Really, if you can, if
you're the Kings,
franchise center, yeah.
If you're the Kings, that don't matter none, bro. We ain't competing next year.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I think he's talking about for the Rangers, though.
Oh.
If we were to do that swap,
Well, Rangers are
Lafreniere's ready now.
But the Rangers are still guaranteed Zibanejad for another year.
That's true. I mean, they're going to make the playoffs regardless, and at the end of the year, you could use that call up on Byfield if he's tearing it up.
Yeah, exactly.
When they need him the most.
Because I mean, you look at what the Kings have. Like we've talked about it. Everybody, for some reason, analysts seem to think that Kaliyev goes back. For example, Kaliyev to the OHL next year. What's that kid got left to do in the OHL? He's literally beating up on entire teams, dude.
Thank you.
He's beating
He has
up on
nothing to learn in the OHL anymore.
I'd rather watch the kid struggle in his rookie year in LA and put up 12 goals in the season.
But
and
learn.
Beating, and learn. Or just stick him in the AHL for the whole season.
He can't go to the AHL.
You don't think so?
It's OHL or NHL only, I think, with him.
Oh, true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so he has to come up.
If that's the thing, if that's the but I think with his age now, I think he's gonna leave the OHL at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
he's aged out. He's like 19. He's 19 or 20.
Oh, he's turning 19. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll be roster.
I don't think he'll be roster, but I think he's going to be in the A next year for sure. Let me just make sure. He's 19, so I think next year he won't be eligible for.
Steven in our YouTube chat right now is saying that Kaliyev needs to prove he can lead and win in the OHL. He's only played on losing teams. I disagree. I think
that's a valid point.
I think this young LA core has enough of a leadership group developing in it to where this guy just can come in and be a role player. Number one. Number two, if he's dominating teams that brutally, playing on losing teams.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, that's a double-edged sword there. I tend to steer towards your first point because you have proven winners on the Kings that he can learn from. I mean, I feel like there's not much more to prove in the OHL for him. I think he can learn more if he's along guys like Kopitar and Brown and guys that have won.
But then again, Steven, you're not bringing in Arthur Kaliyev to be a two-way forward, man. You're bringing him in to score goals.
Yeah,
his plus minus sucks because he's not surrounded with good players.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, he goes. He's either NHL or OHL next year.
So, and I'll add this. You know who else was a prolific NHL goal scorer who had a terrible plus minus the first 10 years of his NHL career? Alex Ovechkin. Who do I constantly compare Kaliyev to? Alex Ovechkin.
I mean, he's the left-handed Ovechkin, yeah. But I mean, if you think about it realistically as well, I mean, Brent Burns and Erik Karlsson have won shit tons of awards with putting up tons of points.
And they're defensemen.
A shitty plus minus. So
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
As defensemen, players that are supposed to keep the puck out of the net.
Like Zach just said, we're not bringing him in to be a two-way forward. We have so much quality two-way young depth.
Yeah.
Thomas,
you're literally having him come in to play fucking sniper.
And that's the thing is the Kings don't need another two-way forward. We have our system has been a two-way system for over a decade, and
we have too much sandpaper and grit, dude.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Too much.
We need the flash.
Yep. Yeah. We need the razzle dazzle.
Razzle dazzle.
Kaliyev,
we need the flashing lights in LA. Wow, what a fucking idea.
That's another argument for me for the Kings to select Stützle over Byfield.
Nah.
Nah,
dude. Byfield, but dude, as flashy as Stützle is, So is Byfield, dude.
Yeah.
So is
I don't
Byfield.
know if he has that much
Bro, have you
offensive creativity.
What?
Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from Byfield. I just think offensively, if he pans out, Stützle offensively is going to be a generational talent.
I'm not going to disagree with you there because I think Stützle is a phenomenal pick. But with that being said, I think Byfield is going to be a generational talent as well. The kid is a fucking monster. He skates fast, has the fucking silkiest of mitts, has a hell of a shot, vision as far as the eye can see, bro.
I'm going to call it this way. The way I see it is Byfield is like selecting a bigger Elias Pettersson, and Stützle is like going with, I want to say like a Leon Draisaitl.
No, 100% no. No, absolutely not.
I would say the opposite, probably, right?
No, yeah. I mean, I would say that Byfield's going to be a mixture of Draisaitl and Elias Pettersson, dude. The kid, trust me, bro. If the Kings don't take him number 2 overall,
you're basically going for a safe, flashy pick versus one that, if he pans out 100%. He's going to be a generational talent.
Steven's right, though, dude. The Eurorink favors Stützle, dude. Because he's so tiny, he has more room to get away from people.
North American rink says.
Yeah, I'm hoping Kapari comes through. I mean, we've been on this topic for a while. We're just going to keep talking Kings hockey. Sorry, guys. This is the We Are Los Angeles podcast.
This is the episode now. We're going to have to rifle through some of these points to avoid turning this into a 3-hour episode.
We already kind of talked about Eichel.
Yes, we did.
Did not request a trade. I mean, honestly, the only thing I can really touch on with this topic is they brought in Eric Stahl to play behind Jack Eichel. So Eichel, I think it's gonna pan out very well for them.
I think so too. Yeah. I think Eric Stahl is still right now, 5 years since his bounce back in Minnesota, still one of the more underrated number 2 centers in the NHL.
I agree. 100% agree with that, dude.
I agree too.
And if you're Jack Eichel and you see that they went out and got Eric Stahl to play behind you, and then you also know that Casey Middlestat and Dylan Cousins are coming, you stay.
Yeah, agreed.
I agree.
And I think Jeff Skinner has a big bounce back year this year as well, especially if they give him 82 games with Jack. Honestly, I think they should move him down on the second line along with Sam Reinhart and let Reinhart skate with Stahl and Skinner. I think that line would be disgusting.
Put Golofsson and Okposo up on that top line.
Yeah.
So their ownership is hemorrhaging cash.
That's been the case for the last decade.
I mean, let's be real here, dude. Like Jason Botterill doesn't know what he's doing, bro.
No, he has no idea.
When you look at him, you could just see it in his face. He just has no idea what's going on.
Completely lost.
Yeah.
Just like this the whole time.
It's just the fucking meme with all the fucking math things going on.
He's just standing right there all confused.
He's like one of those really overwhelmed drive-through workers that are first day on the job.
Oh, that's good.
Did you want cheese?
On your cheeseburger?
Cheeseburger.
This is a veggie grill.
So I put the tweet there. I'll read it so you guys don't have to pull it up. The reason I put this was it was an interesting topic. I think we touched on it. So winning the cup in the bubble, we don't have to go too far into depth, but I saw this tweet that had to do with Barclay Goodrow. So he responded. There was somebody, Barclay Goodrow.
Who's that?
On the Lightning. Jesus. Fucking Zach. Anyway, somebody tweeted and said that this season is not as difficult to win a cup when there's no road games, no travel. Still a difficult thing to do. Tampa gave lots of sweat and blood, but let's not compare bubble hockey to the real thing. And Barclay Goodrow responded and said, you try going through what we did, not seeing our families for months, living in a hotel for 60-plus days, 24 teams that had a chance, no home advantage for either team, but hey, say what you want. What are your thoughts, just in a nutshell, on the comparison people are making to this 2020 just sports style versus the normal?
So I'll lead off of this. I've talked to multiple people about this, and even today I talked to 2 or 3 people. First of all, I don't think that anybody else outside of this one idiot who happened to post this tweet thinks that the bubble playoff series was any harder than traditional playoffs. Personal opinion, I agree. I think it was harder to win a cup this season than last season. Number one, like Barclay Goodrow, and you just mentioned off his tweet, all the mental anguish that goes along with playing professional sports the way they did. But you had an entire, more than half of a league competing for a Stanley Cup. All of them fully rested and healed up. I don't know, man. I disagree. I'll even go as far as to say I think this is one of the best Stanley Cup playoffs I've seen in the last decade.
Yeah. Zach, you want to go next or me?
You go for it.
Zach's mulling is
he's mulling.
Over in his head,
so yeah. I agree with you. So my take on this is pretty much yours. It's the fact is, to me, when I know this doesn't explicitly say it's an asterisk or anything like that, but all the people talking about it, the only thing I will disagree with what you said is that it is not this guy is not the only person that feels this way. I've heard it way too many times on social media talking about sports, and I mean people that aren't even in the game. I understand that it's people that are just watching and obviously just throw thoughts around like they know what they're talking about, but it's not just him. And the thing is I agree. To me, an asterisk should only go when it's like almost an unfair thing where one team, like, for example, I'm just going to use it. Obviously, I'm wearing Dodger stuff. The Astros, they cheated. There's an asterisk next to that title that they won. Everybody knows it.
Right.
Or like for all these, they're on. Yeah, or a lockout year. It's a little bit different. It's something that could be prevented. And there was still some weird things about it. This year, for all sports, it's something that couldn't be prevented by anybody. It's something that all the teams are on a level playing field doing the exact same thing. Exactly. And if anything, like you said, 24 teams for the NHL. You've got additional teams for the NBA. And all these other things these other factors that can't be dealt with. And you're going to tell me that there's, a lesser feel for these guys putting their blood, sweat, and tears that they normally put in, maybe for a little bit longer, but in worse conditions than they're used to. It's nothing normal. All these people are going through it together. And I feel like you said, it's more difficult to me. I mean, even if it's a longer season, these players still get to see families and other normal things as people. And you don't get that during these bubbles or anything else that's going on. So I agree with you 100%. I think if anything, with the additional teams and all of that, the outside factors, this was much more entertaining. And Zach touched on it last week, and I know he has his own thoughts that he'll go off here. This was, I mean, the NHL 100% got it right, just as a bubble thing. But I think as just a playoff and entertainment for a fan, I enjoyed it much more than a normal year. It was obviously we had a layoff of 2.5, 3 months of no sports, so we're going to enjoy it a little bit more. But feel like just everything else, even if it wasn't that long of a layoff, I mean, it's still everything else factoring in. It was just much more enjoyable.
I feel like I felt that way too.
And harder.
It was more because of like a honeymoon phase of hockey where it's been so long since I've watched it. I felt like I enjoyed it more. And Steven brought up a good point that I just want to touch on real quick. Also bringing up the back-to-backs were killer. We've never seen back-to-back games in a playoff scenario in the NHL.
Yeah, or it's rare. It has happened before. They did talk about it, but it's very rare.
Yeah. And then not to take anything away from any other teams, but Tampa won a cup not only beating literally the best teams in the NHL, as well as the play-in round where they finished first or second. They did it without their captain and arguably, I don't want to say their best player anymore, but one of their best players. Tampa, that would be like the Lakers winning a championship in the early 2000s without Kobe.
Fuck that. Mark it an asterisk. I'm just playing. I agree.
Yeah. I mean,
you guys said everything I could say. I agree.
No additional thoughts, Zach?
Nah, I mean, you guys touched on all of it, bro. I mean, there's nothing left to say. I mean, I agree with that, dude. I mean, it was very entertaining, man. I honestly, dude, if we go back this upcoming season, if they play in bubble cities like that, and I'm all for it, bro. I personally, I frankly don't give a fuck if there's people in the crowd or not. Really don't.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't either.
I've even adjusted to the simulated crowd noise.
But hold on though, I got a question.
Yeah.
I didn't because I wasn't watching when this happened. When Gary Bettman come out, did they play a boo track?
You know what? I don't think they did because I think I saw. Honestly, I didn't either. I was watching multiple things. I think Monday Night Football was on at the same time. So once it was over and I saw it, I saw the thing. I didn't hear it. I had it on mute. So
I
did see tweets. I think it ended up added. It didn't ended up getting added in.
I'll say this. I did read a quote from Gary Bettman, though, that
Steven said no.
That I'll summarize. Gary Bettman said something that kind of echoes what all of us have just said. No team has gone through the trials and tribulations to win a Stanley Cup that Tampa went through this season, both on and off the ice.
Bro, you're just a Lightning fan? Jesus.
Despite, I mean, I was rooting for them all season. So yeah, but you look at what this team went through emotionally with the whole COVID thing, and like Barclay Goodrow brought up in his tweet, not seeing their families for months at a time.
But everybody went through that though, dude.
Right? No, I agree, but that's what I'm saying. I'm specifically talking about this Stanley Cup. As a player, I would imagine has to feel more rewarding. I don't want to say more
for what they gave up.
For what they gave up,
do
I feel like it means more than if they just wanted the traditional way this season. Because of
I don't know, man.
I think it means the same, and that's what I think. To me, I think it means the same to them, and that's why I don't think you could take anything away from them. And
I don't know, bro. As the old adage goes, market a fucking asterisk, dude. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, but that was an interesting topic I wanted to hit on because I wouldn't even touched on it until the offseason, until I saw Barclay Goodrow is the reason why it popped up, and he was responding to somebody that talked about it. So, them just winning the cup. X-Shark. Fuck him.
No, not Barclay Goodrow.
Oh.
Fuck that guy.
Okay.
I mean, why do you have to put that kind of shit on Twitter, bro? Like, nobody gives a fuck. Like,
as the old adage goes, fuck Damian Cox.
He can
you found it.
He can eat a bunch of Damian Cox, dude. Hey,
Hello.
dad pun.
All right. Well, that leads us into the actual Stanley Cup final. We don't
Blue Marsh Trophy voting committee.
The engraver better not fuck up. That's all I have to say about that.
But one thing that Steven said though, I wholeheartedly agree. It did uplift my spirits to watch hockey.
Yes. I left it up there. I didn't want to miss that too. I mean, you and I touched on it last week, Zach. We talked about, just the fact that we were able to wake up, us being on the West Coast in particular, wake up, watch hockey from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. at night. It was awesome, and they knocked it out of the park with it.
They did everything right with it.
So as everybody knows, Tampa Bay Lightning wrapped up the Stanley Cup in 6 games. They got a 2-0 shutout in Game 6 to defeat the Dallas Stars, who also should be, happy with their performance throughout the playoffs. Sucks that it,
I wouldn't say happy with their performance, especially not the fucking last
not
game.
Game 6. I'm saying in the playoffs is what I said.
Oh,
their performance throughout the postseason. They aside from a couple of their star players, they shouldn't really hang their head. It sucks because this is the flip side of it. As much as they gave up to lose in 6 games and get shut out in Game 6, that's gotta. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw Jamie Benn's exit interview. You can just feel it, dude. It was just he said so few words. And it wasn't like he was being a dick either. Like he was just sitting there contemplating the questions that were being asked to him and how to formulate an answer. And you could just feel the weight of his just exhaustion and disappointment for the way that the team performed. I mean, it was fuck. It was pretty heavy. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't like you're watching this interview like fuck. I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah. I'll add this though. Daniel Scott and I do need to eat our 5 pounds of shit. For all that shit we talked about, Joe Pavelski's contract when Dallas signed him, fuck me if he didn't earn every fucking dollar in the playoffs.
We talked shit about his contract?
Yeah, we were like, dude, that's a ridiculous AAV for a player like that.
Yeah. I don't remember. I have to go back and listen. But if we did, then yeah, definitely. I'll eat my shit. If that happened for sure. I don't know.
Tyler Seguin, bro.
Yeah,
Tyler Seguin.
He underperformed, and it was really funny. So I turned on my phone today, and I have obviously the new phone, Zach, and pictures were popping up that where the fuck did it go? Hold on. Sorry, it was sharing. Oh, here it is. This fucking picture came up, Alex. Remember this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at Daniel.
Met Tyler Seguin.
I listened to Screamo.
It's not even hair as long as this. It looks weird. But yeah, so that popped up today. I was like, damn. Totally underperformed, dude, man. He was such a nice guy, but
he looked so happy in these pictures.
He did. He looked so happy. Not after yesterday, yesterday.
Daniel, what's powered through some of these notes here?
Yeah, we don't have to hit on all of them. Most of these were here because I didn't think it was going to take that long.
Right.
We have some cool ones in here. The top portion is after Game 5, so we can move on to like, the Andre Vasilevsky note here.
Joe Pavelski, dude, scores the 61st playoff goal. He became the leader for American-born players. Yep. Motherfucking Joe Pavelski, dude, Captain America.
And you know what, dude? Emphasis on captain. Did you guys hear his interview with Pierre after the game when he scored this after Game 5?
Yeah, I did. They asked him about him tying it, right? Or no, when he broke it.
Beating it.
He broke it, yeah.
Pierre asked him, he goes, so I'm sure you don't care about it now, already knowing what Joe Pavelski is going to say, but don't you think it'll be cool to look back on this someday and you're the top scoring American-born player in the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. Joe Pavelski in his best veteran captain moniker goes, I mean, he goes, I guess it's cool. I don't really care about it, though. All I care about
is he said next question.
Picking up another win. Next question, please.
Damn.
Yeah, he literally just gave it like 5 words. He was just like, done.
Consummate team player, bro.
He's like, we lost.
Dude? You know what, man? Like, as much as I dislike the Sharks, I've always respected Joe Pavelski.
I've always loved Joe Pavelski. Him and Jumbo Joe. I would love to see both those guys hoist a cup before they retire. They deserve it.
Dude, if the Kings would have signed Joe Pavelski, I would have been over the fucking moon.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. Let's see. So I wanted to jump to
Vasilevsky.
Yeah, Andre Vasilevsky. He played 1,668 12 minutes this postseason. 25 games played, the most minutes by a goaltender in single playoff year, and he eclipsed Mika Kiprasov in 2004. Who did it in 26 games. So in a game less, he played.
When you're playing 7 periods a night, that's not very hard to do.
No, I know, but still, it's still impressive. He played every single game. That's why he played every single game for the Lightning.
Yep.
Yeah, even the back-to-back, didn't miss a game, and he surpassed that. Obviously, it helps when you play a was it 3 overtime or 4 overtime game against Columbus. That it was just crazy for him to do that. Braden Point and Nikita Kucherov are the first teammates each to have a point streak of 5+ games in a Stanley Cup final since 1994, when Mark Messier and Alex Kovalev did it when they did it. Sorry, there was stuff after that, but it doesn't matter.
There was nothing after that. No. You just thought there was.
I just said it like there was more, but shut the fuck up.
Braden Point gonna be he's the next generation. He's a generational talent. Well, no, I don't want to say generational talent, man. He's just really fucking good.
He is really fucking good.
Kucherov recorded the fifth most assists in a single playoff year. Only Mario Lemieux and Wayne Gretzky have ever done more. The only difference is Wayne Gretzky did it 3 times.
Yeah, that's why he's 5th.
Yeah, so he's
the 5th most, because Gretzky's did it the top 3, and then
he is 5th. He is also technically 3rd.
Yeah, third player to do it.
Yeah.
Patrick Maroon Eighth different player to win a Stanley Cup in consecutive seasons with different teams.
Didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That is
Yep.
awesome. Good for him. I hated him when he was in Anaheim, but like when he scored that hat trick with Connor McDavid playing in Edmonton and he cried in front of his son, bro, I was like, oh, all empty feelings, all bad feelings for you just washed away.
To answer your question, Steven, Quick played 1,600
I didn't see.
minutes, 1605
Yeah.
in 2014.
Yeah, he was. I think he was top 7 when I saw the actual list. If I remember correctly.
1,600 minutes in 26 games.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, no, I was saying I think he's 7th on the.
Yeah.
It's like top 7 in the most minutes played in a playoff. So Victor Hedman became the 2nd Tampa Bay Lightning player, 3rd Swedish-born player, and 10th D-man in the history of the NHL to win the Conn Smythe.
Yep.
Congratulations to the Geico caveman.
A fun fact for anyone who's not a Tampa Bay fan, in case you even care, I think the last player to do it for Tampa was Vinny Lecavalier. I don't remember if it was Vinny Lecavalier or Martin St. Louis, but it was one of the two.
I met Vinny Lecavalier.
I
did
Disneyland, dude.
I met him twice.
Yeah.
He's a super nice guy. I met him at a signing with Daniel. I think we met him at the same time, right?
Practice, yeah.
I had him sign Cameron's jersey when Cameron was like 6. Cameron had no idea who he was, but I was like, bro, you want this guy's autograph? And then we met him like 3 weeks later at Disneyland when he was there with his family. Super.
I met him at Disneyland. Sounded like Darth Vader when he breathed.
Yeah.
I almost couldn't breathe around him.
More Vasilevsky stuff. He's the 2nd goaltender in NHL history to record his first shutout in a playoff year during the Stanley Cup final clinching game, joining Tom Barrasso in 1991 for the Penguins. Pretty interesting.
Attaboy.
No shutouts before that. That's kind of interesting. That was the biggest thing that I kind of took away from that. That's crazy.
He also became the 10th different netminder in the league's expansion era to appear in every game for the Stanley Cup championship. He also set that record in one less game than Mika Kiprusoff.
Yeah.
Interesting little tidbit. Tampa Bay became the first franchise to join the NHL in the 90s or later and win multiple Stanley Cups. Good for them.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Fuck Tampa Bay.
More
dude.
Vasilevsky.
Well, no,
the
only reason why I say that is because the league needs to address how Tampa Bay entices people to go to Florida by not having to pay state taxes.
Yeah.
They need to address that, dude, because that's bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I saw an awesome post by who was it? One of the LA Kings Twitter pages that had Drew Doughty and Steven Stamkos on their draft year. Of Steven Stamkos holding up like the first overall and Drew Doughty holding up the fingers for the second. And it's like, how many cups have you guys won since you've been drafted? And the comment was, I've been waiting since 2014 to post this meme.
Hey, attaboy.
That's funny. That's pretty funny. I'm not going to lie. Vasilevsky also became the 5th NHL goaltender to earn 7+ wins during a playoff year in the game immediately following a loss. A list which includes Nikolai Khabibulin when he backstopped to Tampa Bay to its first Stanley Cup. So that's pretty cool.
I'll add this also. Andrei Vasilevsky, the 2nd scariest set of eyes in the Stanley Cup final since Dwight King in 2014.
Also, a little interesting tidbit about Andrei Vasilevsky. He also has the biggest forehead outside of Victor Hedman on the Tampa Bay Lightning.
They should, his last name should be Hedman.
Did you guys see when they would pan it on his face in the cage and his eyes are just...
Well, yeah, dude, he just did a fucking hot rail of coke before he came out.
Dude, how do you expect to play that many minutes and not miss a game?
Standing on their face, Dwight King and Andrei Vasilevsky would be the scariest tag team in the history of the WWE.
Yeah, fuck Undertaker and Kane.
Dude, Dwight King, dude, was just so awkward, bro, because even when he was mad, he was smiling.
It was so scary.
Tampa Bay was also the 3rd team in history to win the Stanley Cup after being swept in a best-of-7 series during the opening round of the previous postseason. Joining the 1967 Toronto Maple Leafs, womp womp. That's the last cup they won, and the 61.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Daniel,
Yeah.
did you get these fucking stats from ESPN?
No,
Jesus.
NHL public relations. I told you last time. I always
Good
give them
Lord.
their shout out. They have really cool stats.
They do have some cool stuff. Moving on to our notes, we can wrap up the finals here, because we got to power through here.
Congratulations to the Lightning, by the way.
Yeah, congrats.
And congratulations to the Florida Panthers as well for dumping Mike Matheson on the
And Colton Skeevier.
on the
And
Pittsburgh
Colton Skeevier.
Penguins, and getting Patrick Hornquist onto their roster, who, let's face it, who knows if he's even going to show up for camp.
Dude, it took 2 days. The best part was when you're hearing about, like, the only reason it didn't happen on the first day is because they couldn't get a hold of him.
Yeah,
He heard from fucking Twitter because somebody leaked it too early.
yeah.
And then what happened, Alex?
That
You
photo-
sent us that picture?
Yeah, so there's it was a text that somebody had sent to another friend, and they posted it on Reddit, and it was this guy who lives in Patrick Hornquist's neighborhood, and it was a photo of Patrick Hornquist's driveway, and all his Penguins gear was just laying in his driveway after he had already left his house. So he just threw out all his Penguin shit into the street.
I think it's a great pickup for Florida.
I did.
Second line right wing. They kind of needed that a little bit. So
Well,
it fills them out.
Second line flex between him and what's his name? Not Radulov. The other one.
Kalushnikov.
Evgeny
Dadonov?
Dadonov. Yeah, between
Yeah.
the two of them, that's a good one.
Rushanov.
Yeah.
Russian off.
Getting
Yeah,
Russian off.
exactly. Yeah.
Pierre
I-
Dorian confirms the Sens will not be bringing back Craig Anderson.
Are they really
That's not a
surprised?
shocker.
No, not at all. This one's not either. Ottawa's planning on buying out. They already did it. They
Yes.
bought out 2 years of the last 2 years of Bobby Ryan's contract.
Rob
And
Blake, hit him up.
Hit him
I was
up.
gonna,
We talked about it last week.
Oh, I wasn't here, so
Yeah.
No, we didn't talk about it on the podcast. We talked about this in the chat when they did.
Did we? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they
Never
bought him
mind.
out after last week's podcast.
That's
I
right. Okay.
really feel like somebody needs to give Bobby Ryan that 1-by-1 contract that a lot of these veterans have been getting.
Oh yeah, no, dude, brilliant move from Rob Blake to give him like a 2x2, and fucking or even a 1x1, right? And
Yeah.
flip him at the deadline. If you, it's
Yeah.
it's low risk, high reward, dude.
No,
Exactly.
we kind of talked about this, Zach, when he won the what's it called?
Mhm.
The award.
Masterson.
Yeah. We talked about how much we liked him and that he was actually a really good player. It was just his contract that was kind of the
Yeah.
the big discrepancy. He's a really good player, but not for what was it 6.25?
Oh, he's a great third line scoring winger.
It was much higher than that. So they bought him out. He's got the last 2 years on his 6-year contract extension.
So it's spread out over 4 years. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not terrible. I think it was the right move for them.
Jeff Petrie signed a 4-year, $25 million extension with Montreal at 6.25.
See now, Jeff Petrie deserves that.
I was gonna say I love this signing.
Fucking Martin Scandella,
No, wrong one.
Jonas Brodin.
Jonas Brodin.
I
Dude,
think
did he sign for a higher? Wait, did he sign higher?
no,
250 million more, or $250,000 more.
Yeah, he signed for 6.5.
I think Jeff
6.25.
We've all mentioned this at some point. I think even Zach has at some point. Jeff Petrie is one of the most underrated defensemen in the NHL.
I don't know about
I don't know if he's underrated.
but I would say he's a great fifth forward or fourth forward for sure.
I think so too. Yeah, he can absolutely quarterback a power play by himself. I think that's a phenomenal signing for a team that's trying at least to shift more towards the win now, especially because he is getting up there in years. Honestly, man, I think this is his last big contract. I'm really glad he got paid out on this.
Yeah, good for him.
I think the AAV and the year or the duration is friendly to both of them.
100%.
I think after 4 years, Petrie will start falling off, but it's long enough to have him locked down in case Montreal does develop and become a cup contender in the next
100%.
4 years. This is a great signing.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a really good signing.
New York Rangers traded Mark Stahl and a second-round pick in 2021 to Detroit for future considerations. What the fuck is future considerations, dude?
Yeah, who's he?
Future
Who's
considerations
he? What's his draft year?
means get this man the fuck out of my locker room.
They will save $5.7 million. There's your fucking cap dump right there.
There's your future considerations.
It's a 2035 7th round pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
27. Yeah, exactly.
Chris Stewart retired from the NHL. Was hired as player development coach for Philadelphia. Good for
The
him,
very
man.
next day. Yeah.
Like Chris Stewart was
Yeah, good
drafted
for
in
him.
the NHL and subsequently retired, and nobody seemed to notice.
The poor man's Ryan Reeves, dude.
The poor man's Ryan Reeves. I love
It's
it.
true.
That's great. That's an
It is.
excellent.
It's a very
Um,
very good comp.
Yeah.
Here's a good move for Chicago.
Speaking of
Brandon.
I was going to say, speaking of poor people, the poor man's Trevor Lewis, Brandon Peary.
I don't know about poor man's Trevor Lewis, bro. I mean, Brandon Peary, dude, he's a Cy Young candidate every year, bro. Guy has a tremendous amount of goals and no assists. All he does is finish. That's all he does. Doesn't know how to
A
pass.
Cy Young?
Yeah. You've never heard that?
No, I haven't.
Bro, the Cy Young award goes to the person with the most goals and the least amount of assists.
Oh, okay. I like
Just
it.
like a Cy Young, most wins, lowest amount of losses.
That's so
Got
good.
it. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
dude.
my God.
Brandon Peary is a Cy Young candidate every year, bro.
That's
He
fantastic.
scores, just doesn't pass the puck.
Except I'm pretty sure that I saw a note that in the 16 games he played this season with Vegas, he had 2 assists and no goals.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
he wasn't a Cy Young candidate this year.
I'm pretty sure I was looking at it. I'm
I don't
pretty
think
sure
he
I saw
got
in
the
the
playing
article.
time, but Dylan
Yeah.
Sakura.
No, he didn't.
Dylan Sakura. I mean, I think it's just a change of scenery for both
Yeah,
kids.
it
I
is.
think so too.
That's all it is.
We can't
That's
really
all
call
it was.
Peary a kid anymore. I think he's 28 now. So
Robert Haggis Pie signed a 2-year, $3.2 million contract with Philadelphia. It's a good signing for them.
Yeah.
Kid's young.
for
He's going to produce.
young depth player. At least for player.
GM from New Jersey says they're going to pursue Pietrangelo. Good luck with that.
I
Good
don't know.
luck
I mean,
with that.
he goes and plays with Patrick Subban
No,
or PK Subban.
I'm sorry, he didn't say. Oh, could pursue. Okay, I read that wrong. That could pursue. Like we have a chance at landing him. I thought.
No. He said they're gonna go try to land Pietrangelo.
Okay, good luck with that.
Good luck. The New York Islanders are confident in re-signing Barzal.
I'm not. I think
What do you guys think?
season that they can compete. He's obviously the I would even say
He's their cornerstone.
he's
Yeah.
the
He's their new
Tavares.
Tavares.
Yeah. Exactly. There's no way that kid doesn't re-sign long term.
I agree. I didn't think that was a question, but I saw it right on NHL as one of the top things. That apparently, they needed a comment on it.
I think he's going to get an 8x10, if
Probably.
not more.
Yeah.
The dumpster fire that is Nashville. Mikael Granlund and Craig Smith are not returning. And they also might buy out tourists. Who the fuck is going to play for them? They're just going to start putting defensemen on forward?
It'll be Roman Yossi and 5 randomly selected contest winners.
On every single line. On every line. Roman Yossi.
Colton Sissons.
Jesus Christ.
Don't
we
forget
already
about
got-
Colton Sissons.
It'll be Matt Duchene, Roman Yossi, Ryan Ellis for one more season, and Matthias Ekholm playing every single position.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's not forget Victor Arvidsson and Cowie Yarncroke.
They're gonna put fucking Pecorine out there, dude.
Yeah, they'll move him because he lost his job. They'll move him to fucking forward or defenseman.
Just go stand in front of the goalie. Go stand in front of the goalie. We already kind of talked about this earlier, but New York Rangers expected to buy out Lundqvist.
Oh, I moved that.
Yeah.
That was I moved that to the top.
Edmonton interested in OEL and Mrazek. Good luck.
What? No,
Yeah, hold on. Hold on.
Draisaitl and McDavid. First of all, I will say this though. I think OEL is a no-go, especially since Arizona has kind of made that tipping point.
Yep.
He even said last season when they were talking about this, when Arizona was still a dumpster fire, that is his team and his locker room, and he doesn't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
I found that interesting.
OEL 100%.
Mrazek, on the other hand, maybe.
Mrazek is a maybe. Honestly, man, I would even say that the Oilers don't have the worst chance in the world at landing Pietrangelo. If they can afford the time to make money.
Yeah, they would have to move out some money.
Yeah.
And then Vancouver's listening on Virtanen. What are you going to get? What the fuck are you going to get with that?
That'll be one of those future consideration trades.
Yeah, change of scenery.
Yeah,
All right, well, we got one thing left to talk about. Let's talk about beer.
that we do.
You first or me, Daniel?
I'll go first. Yours is cooler.
Okay.
All right. So this week, I got for those watching, the juice is triple. So this is the third rendition of the juice beer from LCB. for those that aren't watching, it has a picture of the juice himself. That is O.J. Simpson in his white Bronco. And this is a triple IPA. Obviously, that's why it is triple. It's hopped with Galaxy, Citra, and El Dorado. That's not. Oh, you don't like Mosaic, right, Alex?
I'm not a fan of Mosaic hops. No.
Okay, this doesn't have Mosaic, so that's good. This beer kills it with juicy hop flavors, looking like OJ. It actually is. It's very fruity. You like that?
You know what? I have a beer for you guys too. So while you go over that, I'm gonna go grab it out of the freezer, or out of the fridge.
All right. Yeah. So this is actually their explanation here. So they said we went in on this one a few times. Original release, a re-release, and then this is their quarantine release. This time we are taking a stab at a triple. We pulled the cowling off the brew system and swapped the Mosaic for Galaxy. So they usually use Mosaic on the last two renditions of this. I mean, honestly, this shit's really good. This is one of those beers that you have to pour into a glass for those that like to drink out of the can. Sometimes I don't mind it, but, working from home and everything and being at home a lot and having all really cool beer glasses, I always pour mine into a glass. But this is one of those, Zach, just so you know, I think I tried the first rendition of this, and the second time I didn't pour it into a glass for some reason because I really liked it the first time, and it has like that sediment at the bottom. So since it didn't
like that Fear movie lion sediment.
Yeah, but it didn't. Since you didn't pour it into a glass, it didn't mix. So the second time I tried it, it was like, what the fuck? What's wrong with this? But I didn't realize that there was sediment in it. So every time that I poured it in, now it's fantastic. It's really good. It's really it's more juicy. It's not hoppy at all. I think the IBUs, it's only 15 IBU, so not bitter at all.
Not bitter at all. Yeah.
It's a really I don't know. It's a really juicy flavor. Really, it tastes almost like, I don't want to say it tastes like OJ because it doesn't really taste like orange juice, but it's just that juicy flavor for those of you that have had hazy juice IPAs.
Zach, you missed it. I
really
actually
good.
have one too.
Hey,
He didn't drink it yet, but he's got one.
No, I've drank.
Oh, okay.
I actually bought it for last week's episode, and then my power went out. So
Yeah, well then you do yours next because Zach's is too awesome.
I have a really dope one. This is from one of Daniel's favorite. This is from Dudes. It is good. I'll show you guys the can art. It is the most excellent IPA.
That's sick.
No, so the description is. So first of all, obviously it's an IPA. Time flies when you're having fun. Fire up your air guitars and get ready for a most excellent adventure. You're about to embark upon a totally non-bogus journey into the enchanted land of hops. Our most excellent IPA bursts with a most outstanding blend. A most outstanding blend of hops. It's a little hazy, very juicy, and light on the palate at just 6% ABV. From San Dimas to the South Bay, the Dude is the perfect companion for any social adventure. So remember, be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.
Hey,
they leaned into that description so hard. And honestly, bro, I love it. This is
It's really good.
Have you had it?
Oh yeah, it's one of their staples, but I've definitely had it. It's really good. It's a session, I think.
It is a session. It's very Wolf Among Weedsy. Or not, well, yeah. Wolf Among Weeds is a lot stronger. I'd say it's very...
No. Wolf Pup, yeah.
Yeah, it is very Wolf Pup.
So it's stronger.
It is, it's 1%
ABV.
Yeah. Honestly, man, I fucking love these. I've been stuck on these for the better part of a week. This is all I'm buying at the liquor store next to my work right now.
They're really good. I mean, Dudes makes... obviously, I haven't been in a while, but they make some good stuff. A lot of their staples are really good.
Shout out to Dudes that was rated the #1 dive bar in Los Angeles by the Heidi and Frank show on.
Hey, good shit for them.
Nice. Yeah. That's cool. All right, Zach, you got yours.
So this week I went with the Cup Hazy by Evans Brewing.
Beautiful.
It doesn't talk about the hops or anything on the can, but it's a hazy IPA, but not too juicy. So I from what I tasted, it tasted like Simcoe, Mosaic, and Citra.
Cool. So I'll hate it.
Yeah.
I'll like it.
Can appeal is why I bought it.
Yeah.
Would I buy it again?
It has can appeal for sure.
I thought you said it was really good.
It's decent. I mean,
Oh, okay.
the can art is better than the taste of the beer.
I mean, it's hard to beat the can art though. The can art is pretty fantastic. For those of you that aren't watching the live stream,
It's literally a cup.
it looks like a cup of noodles.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome.
Mine looks like a time traveling phone booth filled with hops.
That's correct.
So on a scale of
what's our scale this week?
Barkley Goudreau, what? Future considerations.
How many future? I like that one. That's good.
On a scale of 1 to 10 future considerations, I'd give this a 4 future considerations.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Wouldn't buy it again.
Okay.
For the most excellent, I'm gonna give it a most excellent 8 out of 10 future considerations.
Hey, good shit.
Zach, if you haven't had a chance to try this, you need to.
I haven't had anything from dudes, dude.
Really? Okay.
No.
Yeah, you should.
I don't go that way.
I know, but they have some of their staples are in normal grocery stores in the LA area because they are all the way. Their main one is in Torrance.
Yeah, but we're talking about grocery stores that are probably up there, closer up there, because they're not around me at all.
Next time you make your way down here, I'll hook you up with some.
All right.
Yeah, Double Trunk is good too. That one.
Double Trunk is
really
phenomenal.
good. That's their double IPA. Anyways, my Juice is triple. I will give this one an 8 future considerations. I've liked all of the renditions of this. Obviously at 10%. Perfect. Nice and juicy.
Hey, good shit.
Good shit. LCB, they're just a really good brewery. They're from Tehachapi. They put out really good beer pretty much every week.
I might have to go pick some up, but we might be looking at puppies up there. So
if you haven't already, make sure to follow us on all the socials, in the Neutral Zone on Facebook, in the Neutral Zone on Twitter, Instagram. You can find us on YouTube as well. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button.
The subscribe is somewhere over here.
Hit the subscribe button. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Jam that one.
Also, if you're free tomorrow, me and Dave are going to be recording, or Dave and I are going to be recording the 3rd episode of Zach and Dave Make a Podcast. You'll find us on our YouTube, Zach and Dave, ZadMap. And then also, we're going to have a Facebook and stuff out tomorrow so that we can stream to there as well.
You guys should totally steal Jerry Seinfeld's famous tagline. It's a show about nothing.
It's a show about nothing. I never watched Seinfeld, dude.
Me neither.
Seinfeld.
But you know what they say? With that being said.
Good night.
Bye.